Hi, I'm DJ TLM and welcome to Ask the DJ in collaboration with Algorithm. Now this tip might save you a lot of stress, a lot of headaches, and the tip is very simple, but a lot of DJs somehow never thought of this. Don't mix everything. Yes, that's what I'm saying. You've been practicing all this time, working on counting music, beat matching, making your transitions at the right moment and all that good stuff. And now I'm here telling you that you do not want to mix everything. Now look, being a DJ is a lot more than beat matching or being able to make a mix at the right time. You're there to rock the crowd and hopefully do it with the right techniques to make everything sound better. That being said, there are a lot of occasions where not mixing can be a better option than actually making a mixed transition. Now there's a couple of different scenarios. One of those scenarios is the easy one, and that is that the difference in BPM is just too much. So if you have one track that's 80 BPM, the other track is 105, you really don't want to change that by adjusting the tempo, because a track that's 105, you don't want to take that down to 80 or take a track that's 80 all the way up to 105. That's not how the track was supposed to be played. I know you can hit sync and make it happen, but it will not sound right. You will probably totally change the swing of the drums when they're 80 and you make them 105. That doesn't really work. So when you have a situation like that, the best option is not to mix, but to stop that track that's playing at 80, either take it out and host, or maybe give it an effect, something, backspin it, do whatever, and start that track, that 105 BPM track, on the 1. So make sure your count is correct, start that new track at the right time, but that track has a different tempo. That's a better option. Another situation that I see happen a lot is that people take an iconic intro of a track and mix it into a track that's already playing. Now DJs, I want you to remember one thing. A lot of people within that crowd do not hear the same thing that we DJs hear. If you're in a club, you probably hear every little thing that DJ is doing. A lot of people in the crowd do not. And if you've played a lot of parties, you already know sometimes you're doing your mix, you're making that transition, you're bringing that second track in, and the crowd does not hear it until that new track is playing at full volume and they can actually tell, like, hey, there's our song. Now, there are tracks that have like this iconic intro that once you hear that intro, people will recognize it straight away. So I'm not gonna play one of those known tracks, but just listen to this for a second. I have a track right here that starts with an intro. Now just imagine that this is a track that everyone knows. When they hear this, they already know what's gonna happen. There comes the track and they're in it. Now imagine if you have a track playing. I have a loop playing right here, so let me bring that in. Now I'm gonna mix that track with that intro into this loop that's already playing. Check it out. Crowd is not hearing this. Here we go. Not flawless, but that transition would work. If you do it like that in a club, people will only hear it once those drums come in, and then they might have that ooh ah reaction, but you want them to have that reaction when that intro comes in, that first sound that they all know. Now, of course, this is a piano that no one knows, but just imagine if you have a Dr. Dre next episode or a Fat Joe Lean Back. Those have like that intro that once you hear it, you know immediately what's going down. So check it out. I'm gonna play that loop again. And this time, instead of mixing it, I'm just gonna bring it in on the 1. So count along with me. 1, 2, 3, and you have that shock moment that they hear that new track, but the timing was correct. It came in on the right count, and now they hear that intro with nothing else and that will make it a lot easier for them to recognize it. I've seen this work so many times that I prefer during the hype of the evening to bring in tracks like this instead of mixing everything. So keep that in mind the next time you have a gig and you're not sure about doing a transition. Don't mix, bring it in on the one. Thanks for watching.